Okay, you guys, hey, welcome back to Lovely Modification. In this video, I'm going to show you how to revamp an old wig. If you ever had one of those wigs that you just loved and you don't want to throw away and you just want to bring it back to life, well, this video is just for you. So stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to cut a wig and style it and basically add some nice little highlights to it in the whole highlight process of how to do it yourself. Okay, so step one is going to be cuts and styling hair. Basically, in this portion, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut an old wig that I made. I actually made this wig on YouTube, and I'm going to give you the link below. But basically, I decided to do this because if you look at the wig, it's like 3 different lengths in a bad way because the closure is shorter than the other lengths of the hair. So I decided to cut it down to some nice feather-like layers. And I start from the very short part. I've just identified the shortest part, and I'm just gonna go down as if I'm sliding with the sled down the edges to where it creates a nice slope effect. Now I'm doing the top right now, and then I'm gonna go back through and even out the bottom if you see how long the bottom is. And I'm going to do this from the left of the wig going to the right. And the reason I start with the left, it's no big deal. I'm just left-handed, so I typically start things on my left. So once again, I'm going to show, here we go again, I'm going to show you in this clip, I'm just going to go down the edge, and it's just basically just trimming, and just going it down, and when you go down that motion like that with your scissors, your shears, you're basically just creating like a layered effect, and it just easily falls in place. Okay, so you see when I get to this part, I'm still kind of going through slowly, very, very carefully. I'm making sure I identify all my short points and where I want the hair to fall and the lengths and so forth. And I'm just going down the edges. It's like down the slopes. And also with this method, also thins out, so it's not like looking like a thick bushiness. It's actually looking very tame. Also while you're cutting it, and yes, I'm cutting it shorter. I really wanted to cut this shorter because I got some new hair. I wanted to revamp this wig, so I wanted to get this all on camera for you guys, and what I did. And as you see, it turned out really good. But do you see what I'm talking about? How the top of the hair is like really, really short. If you look over to the right, and now if you look over to the left, it looks all even now because I've cut the layers even down the slopes, and it's thinning out the hair but also styling it. Oh, it fell off. Oops, sorry. Okay, gotta get the pins back up there. Okay, good. Yeah, and what I'm brushing with is with one of those big paddle brush, deep tooth brushes, those paddle brush wig brushes. I got that at Walmart, so it's really, really big. I like that one. Very sturdy. And as you see, it's coming along very good, and I'm also watching exactly where I trim the bottom too, so the bottom can be even. If you see on this side, I started to go on my left side so I can have an even middle. If you see how the bottom kind of starts to form like a soft V shape, and I'm almost done with it. Okay, you guys, now it's time for step 2, and it's the coloring process, and that's basically I'm just doing highlights to the wig. So here's the things I used. I got all these things from Sally's. I got my 30 volume developer, I got my bleaching powder, and I got my red and gold corrector plus. And those are little drops you add in to change the color. Basically, it's going to give me that nice golden color that I want. And also my olive oil shampoo to wash it out. I'm using these products. I'm also using styrofoam head that was attached to the table. Got that from Sally's. So step 1, I'm cutting foil. And I'll show you why I need the foil a little bit later. But I'm just basically cutting foils like maybe like 3 inches by 2 inches to 1 inch. Basically, there's not really particular method, like, and I'm just cutting away. And next I'm going to mix the color. And first I'm going to put my bleaching powder in first. Got that from Sally's. Now make sure you have your animals away from this. It's very, very strong. And next I'm adding my volume, my 30 volume to it, and I'm mixing like with the little paddle brush, the I want to say, I call it a relaxer tool because you use it when you put your relaxer in your hair. You know what I'm talking about, girls? Anyway, so I'm using like one of those that's actually a nail filer. Don't judge. I couldn't find a little fat flat stick thing, so I had to stir it. And then I added 7 drops of my red and gold corrector. And notice when I stir it up, it's like a pasty white, right? So now it's starting to turn purple, right? And I added 7 drops total. That's the rest of the 7 if you were counting. And it's gonna turn like a nice purple color. And see how white paste, it should look like icing. It's gonna be very strong, so you should be actually using gloves. But I didn't use gloves. But yeah, use gloves because it's very it's not good to do it without gloves like I did. Anyway, so wait about 5 to 10 minutes. Wait for it to turn a pure white. Once it's white, that's when you know it's right. Okay, so now it's time for step 3, applying color. Okay, so I got a comb and got some clips, and basically I'm going to section off the hair where I want it to basically put the highlights on. Remember, only put the chemical on the part that you want to highlight. Like, it's going to be sporadic through the hair because I just want light highlights. Like, I don't want it like a whole change of color. I just want it to be light and delicate. Yep. Anyway, so I'm starting at the bottom and I'm going to work my way top. So I'm like doing sporadic portions. And as you see here, you basically put the foil on the bottom, and then you kind of paint the stuff on, the whitening chemical on, the product on, and then you're just going to make sure it's evenly distributed on there. Say that word 5 times fast. And you just roll it up and just let it sit there. There you go. See how easy that is? And I just part and figure out what's the next little highlight place I want to be. And I try to keep them spaced away from each other so it can be like nicely highlighted versus like one big section is one color and another big section is the other color. So yeah, that's what I chose to do it. And I'm just going to repeat this method until I reach all the way to the top. So I start at the bottom and work my way to the top. Just like Sammy, from the bottom to the top. Sorry, had to take it back. As you see right here, this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to use a blow dryer to apply the heat on all the foils, about 10 to 15 minutes. I really used about 15 minutes to be honest, like the longer part of that. And I literally took my blow dryer. It doesn't have to be a fancy one, it can be any time. I'm actually using one of those kinds that has like the single blow on it, where it's like in a specific spot versus the long one. It's like the little circle one where it kind of directs the blow flow. And I have it on high heat too because I want it to get hot so it can turn. See, and I start checking them so I can actually make sure they're not turning too fast at a time. So that's how I check them. I actually peep into them. That's what I do. I don't know what other people do, but so anyway, after you're done with that, you're gonna actually start pulling them off, and it's just like one by one. You see how pretty and gold that is? Just light gold highlights. And I know it looks kind of crusty. It looks like it had a wild night on a, oh sorry, naughty joke. It's late, I'm sorry. Anyway, it's wash time. Okay you guys, so now it's time to wash that stuff out. So what I am using is the Olive Oil ORS Replenishing Conditioner, and I put that on the hair, and I'm just basically putting some moisture back into it before I really wash all of that crust out. And actually this will actually get it out too, but I'm really adding moisture back into it, and make sure I'm going through it all the way. If you definitely can see it, I'm going through it all the way in, and I just want to make sure that the conditioner is all the way in there and there's no problems and so forth, and make sure it's evenly dispersed out. Now as you see, before I did wet the hair before I actually put that in there, so it's basically I'm putting the conditioner in there and now I'm washing it off and now I'm all done. Okay, so here's the finished product. So I put it back on the wig cap and on the styrofoam head, and I just let it dry. After a couple hours, it's dry, it's beautiful, it's shiny, and it has some delicate, nice highlights, and I just love it. This is a good style when you don't want like the crazy auburn look, where it's like crazy bright. I actually just wanted to keep it simple, something I can wear on a day-to-day basis. Just wanted to lift the color, add some highlights, and just enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be making more videos. I'm so sorry I've been gone so long. So look forward to more videos. I love you all. Okay, you guys, well, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of me, I got a Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest page. Follow me, get to know me, and I'll follow you back. And also, say hello to my sponsor, Purity Network. You are so pure. Thank you. Also, this video came from a wig that I made, and I have the link below, and there's the cover art for that video. So definitely check it out. Go to the information area, and I'll see you next time on my next video. Love you all. Goodbye.